week 6, and I really enjoy week 6 of the training. And when I look at the assessments I've done some amazing assessments around the world. I've been to various different countries, and I've really had some really great times carrying out an assessment. I've been lucky enough to do some professional football clubs around the country, and some very large stadiums, which, you know, I feel very proud of being actually walking around these buildings. When I see them on telly and I see the players playing on these pitches, I've actually seen players when I've been into changing rooms and their facilities, their training facilities. I've had quite a few stories when, you know, I've walked in to carry out an assessment in a particular building, and the manager's walked in and asked me why I'm in his office counting lights or LEDs. It's been some crazy times, and you know, maybe one day I probably would write a book about all the crazy times that I've had doing these energy surveys. So I always say, from a corner shop to an office block and everything in between. And I've looked at commercial buildings, I've looked at retail buildings, I've looked at hospitals, churches, groups of organisations where they've replicated across the country, historic buildings, Buckingham Palace being one of the places that I can name that I've actually been there and done some energy work many years ago. So me going to these buildings, very exciting, and I've learned a lot about that, and there's various different things that you need to learn around this process, and I'm going to give you some snippets of that today. The first thing really is to have a process and a program of how you're going to deliver that energy assessment. Work out exactly what you're going to do on the day. I know exactly what I'm going to do on the day. I know my route around the building. I know who I'm going to speak to, and I know what I'm going to be looking for at each section. And I break the building down: perimeter, internal, roof, plant rooms, meter areas. And just by having that in my head, I can break that building down into those particular sort of pigeonholes, and I can actually ensure that I can cover that building very quickly. And when I do an assessment, rightly or wrongly, I'll probably be there from 9 to 3 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, depending on how engaging the organisation is on the day, but that is a typical time for me to go and do that work. And each area I will focus on: heating, cooling, lighting, power, energy management, water, and we'll look at the people in that area. So very quickly you can start to see how fast we can get through that assessment and documenting it at each stage. I normally would take with me my mobile phone, because on my mobile phone I've got everything I need regarding my technology and my information. I've got data sheets. I can even plug my thermographic camera into my phone. I will take a voltage tester so I can see what the voltage is around the building, and if I see particular high readings, then I will then report that back. I use a tool for my reporting, my gathering of the observations, so I can quickly put this together, and I can get that checked by my back office very quickly. When I've finished the site, I can just ping that over to them. So straight away I can have a very good understanding of that particular building and how they're working towards reducing their energy and their third largest expense.